With the holiday season comes increased sales for many companies, including those right here in East Texas. With the busy time of year upon us, the Gathering Cup in Tyler invited various local vendors to participate in a Christmas-themed market. East Texas News' Michael Richardson spoke with the vendors who say events out in the community really help them financially.
The holiday season is important for many businesses. It's part of the reason why several vendors lined up right along the Chandler Highway earlier today for the Jingle and Mingle hosted by the Gathering Cup.
It gives them a place to come out and showcase their products, and then for the community to come help support other small businesses. A lot of our vendors out here today do handmade items, so they're able to order and pick up at a later time.
One of those vendors selling handmade items is Lori Warrington, who creates crochet products. She says events like these help her company.
I really enjoy going to shows or craft shows like this because of the conversation that I can have with my customers and also fellow vendors.
Amber Finley, who sold jewelry at the event, is grateful for the community's support.
If people don't shop with us local, there's no way that we can keep going and stay up and running. So having the support of the community around us is very, very important.
And despite his appearance, there were no reports of stolen merchandise at the Jingle and Mingle. Better keep an eye on him, though. Michael Richardson, East Texas News.
The Gathering Cup says that they really hope to do a similar event in the spring. The Jingle and Mingle comes before Small Business Saturday, and that will be on November 30th after Thanksgiving and Black Friday.